Hey, sorry for interrupting. This is Perry Kurtz, and I just want to tell you I've got a new podcast. I know you're saying, oh, great, another one. Well, this one's different. It's called Happy News with Perry Kurtz. Happy news, good stuff, things to make you feel good about life. We're going to be talking to famous and infamous people that are friends of mine and discussing the happy news. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, CastBox, and wherever you listen to your podcasts, as well as watching us on Binge on This on YouTube.
Hey ho, and what do you know? Welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. I am your friendly neighborhood co-host, Hawaiian Bryan, waking you up today on a beautiful Wednesday morning out here in Los Angeles, California. As always, I'm joined with my co-host, Sam.
Hey, welcome, guys. Here I am, Sam, on the Bonanza here. I gotta turn this off before we get lawyers after us.
What music was that?
Bonanza.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but it was an instrumental version by an orchestra, so I don't...
We're gonna be dead from these fires anyways.
Yeah.
Episode
34? 5?
39.
30? Holy shit.
No, episode 40.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We did it.
Wow.
Episode 40. Welcome to another
Are
episode.
we over the hill?
If you're listening to us for the first time, we want to say thank you. It has been an honor, and if you don't survive, just remember that we will remarry your wives or husbands, and they will be accommodated. If you are listening to us for the third time, remember to go out and do something nice. Beat up an old lady. Buy a hamburger and replace it with razor blades and return it. Find a duck. Raise it as a chicken.
I just fucked it up.
Nah, it's okay.
I just realized I didn't even hold the mic up to the Bonanza.
Screaming. That's not good. All right, let's see what we got. What do you got on the notes?
Well, the only thing that really happened this week is, the fires. The fires really kind of fucked everything up.
Tell them about the fires, bro.
Yeah, so we are here smack dab in the Getty. What is it? Getty fires? Getty fires? Is that what it's called?
They're giving it some time. I would look. I keep trying to pull my. I would look it up, but I think they're calling it the Getty fires.
Yeah, so we were right there off the 405, both of us on both ends.
Because you got to Getty out.
Yeah.
All right. Damn, those moon rocks are good.
Yes, those moon rocks are good.
All right.
There's water right there.
Yeah, fires. Hit them with the knowledge.
So basically, yeah, we've been right here on the outskirts. You had a closer look. You were actually right there up on them, seeing the fires. You filmed it a little bit. That's pretty wild, man.
Well, that's what I was gonna say right off the bat. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, they were like, "Where's your dog?" Which, by the way, he's been spending a luxurious week here.
Yes,
at Chez Maskell, here in the Valley. For the past week because I broke my collarbone like a chump.
Yeah, dude. So for those guys who are audio, Bryan is in a sling.
I'm in a sling, guys. If you want to see it, you can go to YouTube and look it up on Binge on This. That's Binge, B-I-N-G-E, like you're binging on this D, and this D is this delicious content. I'm so good. But yes, I broke my collarbone. I'll touch on that in a minute, but to stay on the fires, they were like, "Where's your dog?" And I was like, "He's with my friend. Like he's up in the valley." And they were like, "Oh, the valley." They were like near the fires, and I was like, "Yeah."
I went from one end of the fire to the other with the dog.
And that's what I told him, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I just took the." I was like, we were fine, but I was like, "Huh."
I think I'm far enough where I would escape if any fire started.
I think you would have been fine. I think we were both the fires. The thing too is you and I are literally
kind of the same
vertically.
But you're on the south. I'm on the north of it.
Straight up, you take one straight shot, you can get to the houses. And so I was like, we're kind of equally next to the goddamn thing. Yeah. So if we go down,
those canyon roads were probably so backed up.
But that bike would have been the shit, homie.
That's what I'm saying.
I would look like fucking
Batman. So that's how you broke your collar, was on that bike. Yeah. I told you not to get it.
I know. You cursed me. It was dope.
I did not curse you.
So
I just
cursed me all the time. So I got this bike. Shit's fire. Sick bike. Oh, God. And this is just my luck. And if you've listened you've listened to the podcast long enough, you know this is the type of luck I have. And you know what? If you don't believe in luck, then this is just Bryan making good old-fashioned American choices.
Well, the way I've always said it is before I do something, I weigh the options of what can happen.
Yeah, the bike outweighed all of that.
In LA, that's why I was like, you want to get a bicycle that has a motor.
I would have been good on my side of town. Like, my side of town is fun. It's built for bikes.
Yeah.
There are bike lanes everywhere in Santa
I don't trust
Monica and
people.
Westwood. For sure, but I mean, I don't trust people in cars. But the likelihood of dying on a bike versus dying in a car is
Well,
much
yeah,
higher.
because I've wrecked a car, I didn't walk away.
But the
with
likelihood of looking super sexy on the bike versus on a car,
yeah.
even if it was a literal,
it wasn't a motorcycle.
I know, how gangster is that? But anyways, yeah, exactly. That's the thing too. So it was like a bike with a motor on it. But so, anyways, I was riding the bike back home. And I had to move out of the way, and I ended up hitting a curb, and I flew over, and I was like, oh no. And I was up in the air, and I fell down, and I put my hands out. Number one, I shouldn't have done that. I should have rolled.
You should have rolled.
Should have rolled.
Tucked.
Don't know why. You want to know why?
Huh.
Underestimated how high I was. I looked back at it in my mind.
How fast were you going?
I'd have to say about 15, maybe 10 miles, 15 miles
That's
an hour.
fast.
Pretty fast on a bike,
Yeah.
homie.
And that's what I keep telling people, because every friend of mine that gets a motorcycle, I'm always like, hey man, remember falling off a bicycle? How fast were you going then? That shit hurt. Imagine a motorcycle, man. You're doing 35 miles an hour. That's horrible.
Yeah, and you were like, the clavicle's the easiest bone to break. and I was like, yep. And then I came down and I popped it, and I was like, no.
I know.
And then I called you.
I wonder if I do curse people, like you say it to someone. I don't believe in curses, but I wonder if you put the seed of thought. But I mean, it's not my fault that car pulled out in front of you and you swerved, so.
But no, and again, this is just speaking from looking at it from that point of view. It is interesting that you say that, because in a way, it's not anybody's fault, really. No, man, that's not how it works.
I don't think you can.
That's not how it works. I say that as a joke.
Every time I think people talking about putting, like the evil eye or bad juju on someone, I just think like the only way that works is if they believe that.
That's what I mean. You would have to literally come out with your heart and be like, I hope he gets hurt.
Yeah, like voodoo shit it's all superstitious, and it's the placebo effect. I get it, but I think me telling you that you fucking kill yourself on that.
That's
motorcycle,
just statistics.
I was just going by like, dude, you're in LA.
Yeah, you can't have any type of like.
There's potholes, just even potholes. I've heard of Rocco was talking about how there was a slit on the freeway, like a 2-inch slit, about a half-inch down, or maybe an inch down or something. And he was riding his motorcycle, and all of a sudden he got in that groove. And he's like, I was going to go down. I was like, what happened? He goes, I just fucking revved it and popped it back out of it.
Oh, that's
scary.
scary.
But for like, who knows how many feet, yards, half a mile or whatever. He was just
damn, on the interstate?
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Nah, see, I don't want a motorcycle.
Yeah, but still, you were doing like 45 miles an hour on that thing.
But I didn't hit the curb going 45.
No, I'm just saying you could go up to 45. So one day you could have been doing 45.
Could have hit a curb, yeah. Well, I'm not.
It could have been worse. You could have had a lot of.
For
more
sure,
road
like
rash.
I said, just imagine both arms and not being able to drive and not being able to like.
Well, I thought and then you said you had to see a podiatrist, and I was like,
no, orthopedic or
orthopedic, whatever.
That's for bones.
Yeah, and I didn't realize. I was like, orthopedic, isn't that for feet?
Yeah, no, that's for bones. No,
so
yeah,
like,
and then like
his foot too.
Can you imagine like my feet too and everything?
It was hilarious though, because when you called, I got to tell the
that's
people
what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, when you called, so as you can see, I have this nifty Apple Watch, iWatch, whatever the fuck it is, and you called. I was in the middle of a tattoo.
Sponsored by iWatch.
Yeah, Apple.
Because they're listening to us anyway.
Oh
so.
yeah, definitely.
You guys
China.
sponsor us, China.
So you call, you pop up on your face pops up here. I'm like, oh, hey, Bryan. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm tattooing. And I keep going to tattoo, and I hear, yeah, I was like, and both, my client and I, our eyes fucking like wide, and we're like, what the fuck?
And you're like,
and then, no, I was just like, I kind of stopped, and I'm like, and then I was like, Bryan, are you okay? And then you're just like, hi.
I was like, hey, man. I was like, I gotta let you know. I gotta let you know. I fucked up, man.
I know you kept saying you fucked up.
I fucked up, man. You were like, okay.
At that point, like I thought you killed someone.
You were like,
well, no, I
you
don't
hit
know.
someone with a car. Or
I
something.
don't know. Yeah, like
you were like, okay, what happened? And I was like, I think I broke my collarbone. I was like, I think I.
And then I looked at the guy and I went, because at that point I put 2 and 2 together that you got the bike and you wrecked it.
I was like, I got the bike, man. I got the bike, man. Oh man, I got the bike.
How long did you have that thing?
Like 6 hours, bro.
Oh my god.
That's the best part about the whole story. That's the punchline of the joke. That's how you close it all. That's my closer right there.
Yeah, that's a good story.
That's a closer. Yeah, but the engine's fine. You know, I'm actually probably gonna go pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, I felt bad about that too. I was like, man, I hope he didn't fucking wreck it.
Well, money's money, dog. You know, hindsight being what it is, man. Like it is.
Are you gonna keep riding it?
Hell yeah, dog.
Oh my god.
But I'm just, you know,
oh my god.
Just gotta learn.
Be careful.
But that's why
Take your time.
That's why this is so important to make sure that I go to the hospital or the doctor properly.
Yeah, that shit's
and if
still
they
broken.
need to do
Your
surgery,
collarbone is literally still broken right now.
Yeah, and if they need to do that, then I'd rather they do that so that I can not just do that, but I mean I can't even do a lot of normal things. Like I'm like thinking about, but you know what? And it's natural for me to
jerk off with my left arm anymore.
I know, right? It's okay. Can't jerk other people off at the same time as jerking myself off. What is this? I don't know. What is this? Russia?
I use my mouth now.
Oh no, my daytime job. So yeah, but you know, it's usually in my mind I make things worse. So when I go to the hospital, what I'm hoping is they're like, "You're fine, man. It's just growing the way it needs to grow." But that's like, how do bones grow, dog? I was trying to look up how bones grow.
Okay, so I watched a very interesting thing on this. So when you go on a molecular level, it's these little things that eat bone and shit bone. Eat bone and shit bone. And there's many of them. So over a period of like 20 years, let's say, I think it's 20. Guys have to look it up. 20 years or 25 years, you literally don't have the same bones you had 20 years ago. Because those little mites, those little microscopic things, eat and shit out your bone. So like they're eating old calcium and
so they're just connecting each other?
Well, no, so it's just so essentially
do they know how to connect to each other, or are they just winging
So what
it?
happens is when you break a bone or whatever, they knit. They knit. Think of it as knitting, a more organic way of knitting. And that's why if it's the same thing with your blood and scabs and stuff like that. If you look at your scabs really really up close, it looks like kind of fibery. And that's what it ends up being on your bones. And it was this really interesting.
And it's going towards the other side. It knows where the other broken.
So what happens is when they're knitting a broken bone, and that's why you have that more of the calcium, they overwork that area. They really work that area. So that's why a bone, when it's connected, is usually bulgier. Like it's even when they're straight on, like you'll see like they make a seal. But yeah, it's really crazy. So yeah, you literally don't have the same bones when you're like an old person to when you were younger. And as you get older, I guess they get more brittle. Like that just has to do with like the water and calcium and all that and blah blah blah. I don't know. It was a really long episode on that, and it was fucking amazing.
An episode of from what?
About your inner body.
No, I know, but what was the channel or the show that you were learning from?
It was something. Fuck, man, Discovery. Some show on Discovery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, I believe that, but I mean, doesn't a bone just start growing another way or something? It just knows, I guess. Your body just knows inherently which way your bones are supposed to go, right?
Well, no, those things just so like if you have to put if your bones are like this, they're just gonna fix whatever's connected.
Like that's what happened to my pinky.
Yeah, so that's whatever happened to your pinky. If you fuse it like this, they're just bridging gaps. So anything they come up to, they're just gonna they're just bridging. Think of it as little cows that graze.
No, I'm getting all your amazing analogies. I'm understanding that. Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking in my head like, do they just like I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, again, I mean, I sound like an idiot trying.
No, you're good, dog. I'm just thinking about the collarbone. All right. Well, what do you have as far as other notes?
Well, I mean, the fires is pretty big. Your fucking collarbone is pretty big.
That was awesome.
I've had interest
awesome.
and I've been killing it with the writing group. I had a really successful read last night. I gotta pat myself on the back. Well, because like half the time I don't, and everyone's just like, "No, man, like fucking that was awesome." And so I kind of today was I let myself be happy because I've been putting so much work into all of this. So yeah, today I've been so happy.
Nice.
Anyway,
so proud.
Yeah, and that's about it.
That's good stuff right there. good things. I don't have any
Well,
notes.
hard
and
work
if I
does pay
do, I
off.
think they're
It's-
somewhere.
Eventually. I mean, but
Hard
you
work
can.
does pay off.
Yeah, but eventually I'm gonna have to start taking steps and pushing that shit out there because that's my plan for 2020. Is that because if I look at my laptop, I got 4 solid scripts, that I can start like. So
It's long overdue.
yeah, and Joe was like, I got places we could send it. We got people that like they'll look at the twin bridges under the twin bridges because he the way I feel like he latches onto people. I think he makes a percentage when you sell a script.
Oh, yeah.
Because he uses his lawyers and
It's a
stuff.
finder's fee.
Yeah, and he's the guy that kind of bridges gaps.
It's all networking, baby.
I know, so I'm totally fine with that. He's been doing this for decades. Yeah, look up Joe Bratcher.
And then just throw them out into the contests.
Yeah, so that's what he means. He goes, there's a lot of contests out there. He goes, I know which ones to kind of push at, and all the people in our classes have been having success. So
Yeah, dude.
I'm just going in their route, and
And you have the funds to do it, so like just
yeah. Well, there's one that I might do that he's not the part. He hasn't recommended to me. Someone else did, the Blacklist, which is a monthly fee.
Yep.
To have each thing up there. So I might do the monthly fee thing. Hey, gotta
Try
put
it
the money
out.
in. Try it out. See, and plus I want to see my score because they rate you.
Yeah.
And I understand the rating system. It's really convoluted, but I had someone because he's been doing it for years, explain to me how exactly it works. And really what it takes, it's kind of like Scientology. The more money you put into it, the higher up you go.
yeah.
And but you get good feedback is what it is from other writers, and
Right.
some of it's whatever, some of it's good, but you get a general consensus.
It's an
of where
internet group.
Well, yeah, and you see where you float. You see where you're floating with everyone else. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're making this kind of a wave, and that's what I want to know because I've been reading a lot of scripts, and I'm like, okay, it's just you got to find your footing. It's a interesting. It's weird.
That and everybody has different tastes, so what you
Everyone's
think is
that's-
hyped isn't
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it's funny. Some of the people in my class are like, "This is one of the reviews I got," and they state the reviews, and it's like they didn't read the ending. You clearly they did not read the ending of this thing because whatever they said, I don't remember but you're like,
You don't remember.
well, no, I just remember it was just like, well, I don't understand why this and this, and it just does not make sense because of this and this, and everything wrapped up in the ending, so you could tell that she did not
Finish reading the
finish
script.
reading the script to get to the wrap up
Yeah.
of the thing. So whatever. I mean, it is what it is. And
That's the system, dog. That's the way it's gonna be. That's how it is with this whole thing. The whole thing out here is all of that. It's cool that you're reading all the scripts because it's kind of like the script readers at the studios. The people who have to actually mow through all of the submissions from supposed good writers who have agents. and
yeah, we
everybody.
got a copy of Us
You know,
in the class.
that movie was whack.
Yeah, but we want to see
How is it
Jordan.
written?
Yeah, well,
What version
we
of the
would-
script was it though?
I don't know. It's in a book. It's a book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. Except
It's like that Nolan Inception one we got.
except Judy, Joe's wife. She I'm not sure what their marital status is, but she was talking
Like
about
exposing him right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, they live together. They've been living together.
He has like a wife in Michigan or some shit with like 3 kids. Joe?
What?
She'll-
She was talking about how he had all these not amateur mistakes, but mistakes that you don't do if you're a screenwriter, like that not to do. Like, we see over there, this happens. In the distance, we hear a thing like this. As opposed to saying a car crashes in a distance.
Who the fuck
somebody
would
else-
write it like that? The first way.
I guess Jordan Peele.
He wrote we here? Like he
Like in a sentence, like Susie runs over there.
Oh.
And yeah, we hear like so you know how you're supposed to be in the present when you write a script. You're
Oh,
present.
okay.
So in the distance, a car crash or the sound of a car crash or something like that. But he goes, we hear this.
Yeah.
We see that when So I don't know. Maybe it's a version of the script. I don't know.
I think at that point, dog, you can write the script whichever
exactly,
way
and
you
I think
want to
that's
write
what
it.
came down to because they were like, well, why? And this and that. And in my head, I'm going, well, because he's a sketch comedy star.
Yeah.
That
Won an Academy Award.
transitioned
Yeah.
over into this because he's smart. He got in a way of he probably they're all smart. But what I mean is he transitioned from he lateraled.
Yeah.
As opposed to just starting where we're at, where we're writers growing from the bottom up. Like,
For
yeah,
sure.
when we give something and someone sees that, they're going to be like, amateur, and throw it off. But no, Jordan Peele, a name was attached to the
Yeah,
thing.
you got balls and gold behind you.
Fucking, you know who wrote Tropic Thunder? Or who helped write Tropic Thunder?
I'm
Jennifer Aniston's, or that one husband. The guy who was the bad guy in Charlie's Angels.
In the first one?
I believe in the first one.
The guy who's the rat guy?
Jennifer Aniston. No, not the rat guy. Jennifer Aniston's, like, they were on and off husband.
Oh, you're talking about the dude from Green Mile.
No. I'm going to look up his name. Jennifer Aniston's husband.
She's only been married once, right?
This guy.
What's
This
his name?
dude.
Oh, okay, yeah, him.
Yeah, let me see his name. But yeah, he helped write Tropic Thunder. He's a screenwriter. If you look at his Justin Theroux.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's who married Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I believe they
I
are.
thought they were just banging.
I don't know, but
Didn't Ben Stiller write Tropic Thunder too?
yeah, mostly this guy.
Cool.
Yeah, he's credited.
Yeah, a lot of major films are touched up by and double teamed by people like that you wouldn't think about, like actors. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, damn, he's. I thought he was just an actor, but he's a film producer, director, screenwriter. He worked with David Lynch in a mystery film, Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive. That's out here.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder, Spy Who Dumped Me, American Psycho.
It's Mullahan, by the way.
Whatever.
That's what the cop told me when I told her about the time my car got jacked by the bus people. I was like, I'm on Mullahan. She was like, it's Mullahan, or the other way, and I was like, fuck you. Like, this is not the right time to be correcting me about.
Oh, by the way, your grammar was not right.
But that's cool as shit, dog. Yeah, the script contests are really gonna allow you to get your name out there, or at least put it somewhere. Like
the last time I did the script contest, I didn't have it industry ready,
and it took you like 3 months to get it back.
Yeah.
But when you did get it back, you got good notes.
I did get good notes, and honestly, I didn't look over them when I because when I fixed it all up years later, driving Mussolini.
Yeah.
I fixed it with what I learned from this class, and because pretty much I remember what he said. Don't capitalize everything. Maybe this is it. Was there Russian soldiers in Italy? And I was like, no, there wasn't. Fuck. In World War II.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
because
I know.
Today's subject is World War II.
Oh!
Hell yeah, dog! It's still spooky season, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. We're going to be talking about the ooky spooky ghost and mookies.
What?
Specifically about one period in general. The Great World War II. Bum, bum, bum. So, I've been listening to, you guessed it, motherfucking Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, dog. What's really cool about Dan Carlin's Hardcore History is that each episode's like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. So like I can just sit in the car for the whole time and I'm maybe distracting. I'm a little out there. But I have specifically been learning about the Pacific Theater of World War II, a particular theater that I don't really know too much about. Now, for all you nerds out there who are going to correct me on my history, suck a big, delicious helping of... I don't know what I'm talking about except from what Dan Carlin taught me. But he was specifically talking about the brutality that was being experienced in the Pacific Theater by the Japanese versus Americans. Excellent. Now, he would tell stories about how there would be American and British infantrymen who, at night, they would dig holes, foxholes, and around the perimeter, and they would wait. Because at that point it was a matter of just trying to put up defensive lines against the Japanese, and
Right.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
to
I got you.
control of the islands. So they would dig foxholes, and they would take turns sleeping, obviously. And the Japanese would make like 10 to 15 mile treks in the middle of the night and pitch black with just swords, just samurai blades and swords. And they would get into the foxholes, and
Like sneak in.
they would sneak into the foxholes, and there would be accounts later on by survivors of them waking up and they just see, like, hear just like a Japanese guy in the night just disemboweling someone and cutting their genitals off and putting it in their mouth. And, like, that survivor would have to take a shovel and try and beat that other dude to death, like, so that he wouldn't, and then they would wake up the next day and that they would find, foxholes just filled with just dead bodies from Japanese dudes who just snuck in at night. Ooky, spooky, creepy Japanese people, dog. So I was thinking, I was like, man, like, imagine being one of those Japanese people, crawling through the middle of all that spooky ookiness.
And you probably feel one with the jungle, too. All you got is a sword. You're probably naked. And you're like,
I would be.
Yeah, like, you just got to get wild with it. You got to get wild. You're one, let the bugs crawl on your face.
The key to there, at that point, you dress up in the skin of the other dude, and you would wait with the infantryman until he woke up. So you pretend
or
to
just
be...
wear his... Then you get his outfit, and you just stand there backwards.
Every time... front part of the skin, you would take the time to cut the front part of the skin, lay it on top of yourself, and you would be watching him the whole time until you watch him stir, and then you do the fake sleeping. You'd be like, and he'd be like, Joe, what's wrong? And you'd be like, just. Oh shit, my bad. Those the ghosts. What were you saying?
I was saying, like, even if he's in the mud, like, remember when Arnold was in the mud, or even Rambo when he was in the mud and he opens his eyes, it's all bright. If it was an Asian, it'd be barely bright, so he could really stay in the mud.
Barely bright.
Yeah, barely bright.
They say it's like it was the closest kind of battle to Vietnam that you're gonna find during World War II.
Yeah.
Because of, like, the conditions, the jungle, and and like
the muddy and wet and.
Whoo! I tell you, them Japanese fellas, they were mad. You forget about it. I'm a Japaneseophile.
If you had to pick a place to fight anywhere in the world.
That was my question, big dog. Which one of the frontiers? Which one of the theaters would you be in? Would you rather fight in? Would you rather be on the Eastern Front up against the Russians? Would you be on the Western Front?
Africa.
The Gentleman's War.
Yeah, I'd rather be in Africa.
Well, that was one of the things that Dan was talking about.
Well, no, the ones where they had, it was the Italians, us, and German,
Yeah. Well, it was the Italians, the Germans, and the British.
Yeah.
And then it was the tank corps, everybody fighting in Africa against Rommel. And Rommel, the Desert Fox.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to fight, because all that shit in France and stuff, that looks cold. It's muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather be too hot than cold and
like
muddy.
Eating lions and shit.
Yeah, I'd rather, and then it's dry, so your socks aren't like, you don't have fungus in your feet and getting gout and whatever the fuck, not gout.
That's a smart gout. That's from like fatty.
You're getting opposite of gout.
Yeah. Like the one dude in the infantry who manages to get fat. Like,
hey guys.
Where
are you getting this food, bro?
He's like, I'm always the first one to find a Twinkie machine.
Probably just eating dead bodies.
Well, I think. Ooky spooky. Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. I think I would rather be there because you're fighting more of a civilized war in that sense. Like you're still getting
except
taken.
when you're Italy, just killing Africans for no reason.
Well, Italy's always
I
been
guess
a
other
shitty
people might
piece
say
of
that
fuck.
we've all killed Africans, but what I'm saying is, Italy would just go down there and be like, "We're taking land," and they would decimate
Italy's
just
such
villages.
a baby. Italy they just go wherever the fucking wind goes, and they're just fucking nubs. They haven't been good since the fall of Rome, dog.
Yeah, apparently it's a fun party time when you're over there, though.
Hell yeah, dog. Maybe not during war, but
No. It's very fascisty.
But yeah, see, at least in Africa, they would take you prisoner, you know what I'm saying? And they'd like keep you alive, or at least notify your family, or
cut your dick off and stick it down your mouth.
No, the Japanese are the only crazy motherfuckers who'd be down for
Fuck you,
because
on Faces of Death, I watched an African tribe cut a dick and stick.
Well, they're down for that. But at one point, the American infantry takes it upon themselves to start what's called a possum patrol.
I mean, if I was going to be captured by any side, I would rather be captured probably by the Allies, because they would have to take prisoner, because they were like, oh, Hitler's the evil. We take prisoners of war. No, I'm sure they fuck people up though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they fucking kill all kinds of
everybody's
Germans.
gonna fuck everybody
yeah,
up, bro.
I
This
think
is
they killed the
war.
shit out of the Germans.
Yeah, dog. Like the possum patrol, what they used to do is, and this is a valid thing to do because they would walk around, and sometimes the Japanese motherfuckers would be lying there, and then they would turn around and they'd have a grenade, and they would take it.
You have to go by stabbing them with bayonets. Sorry.
Just started murking motherfuckers.
Yeah, and each one you'd walk up like it was a cop walking up to a car. You don't know if there's a pistol there, so every time you walk up, just be like,
Yeah. War, dog. Yeah. And it was crazy. It was crazy, bro. They were talking about how there were Japanese people who would recognize, like one Japanese dude jumped off a tank and he ran up to one of his homies and he was like, "Hey, homie, you and me went to high school together when I was in America, dog." And he like hugged him and he was all like, and this was on the Bataan Death March. Like the Bataan Death March.
What?
Do you know about the Bataan?
What was the Bataan Death March?
All right, dog. Let me drop some history on you. So, all right, yeah. You know what? I don't. Fuck it. I was gonna put on my rapping glasses. They're here somewhere. All right, here we go. Let me drop a little knowledge on you, dog. Oh, there they are. Sick. Yes, that's it. My one arm. All right, this is my one arm rap about the Pacific Theater. All right, this is about a little place called Singapore, dog. They used to call it the fortified city. There's this guy named Winston Churchill. He thought he knew a lot until the Japanese came and they fought. And he stopped. He said, "Go to Singapore and wait. They call it the fortified city." But it turns out they didn't have nothing. All of their guns were pretty shitty. See, what they had was built for ships. And everything was coming from the ground. So they had to wait and they turned around. But MacArthur said, "Just stand your ground, But he was crazy. Turns out that dude was really crazy. Malaysia said, "Hey, homie, you could be in charge of our army." And he was like, "All right, cool." And then at one point, the president was like, "Hey, dude, you're a 4-star general. You can't be walking around with a little Malaysian stick pretending to be in charge of their army." And MacArthur was like, "Fuck you, dog. I'm a god. My dad, he fought in the Confederate War, and he won a Medal of Honor, dog." And MacArthur was just that type of guy, and so he said, "Just stay there and die." 15,000 fucking prisoners waited inside of Singapore, and the Japs just waited. Cutting off water supply, they cut off food, they cut off heads. Shit started getting really bad. MacArthur was like, "Y'all are dead." So he booked it. He ran away. In Singapore, it fell that day. And so they took all those Australian motherfuckers, because there was like 15,000 of them there. And they were like, "Crikey, what are we gonna do?" And the Japs were like, "You're gonna march, bitch, all the way to Bataan." So they took all those prisoners down to Bataan. And there was like 60,000 of them. And by the time they showed up, there was only 300 of them left. That means a whole bunch of other motherfuckers fell to death. And them Japanese people kicked each other in the nuts, and they stomped on a bunch of 4-star generals because they didn't give a fuck about those stars. And then and that's what happened.
Cool.
On Death March, dog.
Nah.
Wow,
that was wild.
It was wild, and Singapore fell, dog. And so, but that's why a lot of veterans from there still feel a lot of animosity against the Japanese, because the Japanese really fucked them up really bad, dog.
You know, it's kind of one of those things. The Japanese really fucked up a few times.
They fucked up a lot of people. They attacked China, bro.
I know about that. Yeah. No, I don't need that. I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know that Japan attacked China, and they attacked. There was like something called the Manchurian Incident, and
it's
crazy.
Yeah, I learned all that from Ip Man.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, really?
But in the movie, that's what happened. They were Chinese, and the Japanese came.
Oh, is that what happened?
Remember
that's
in the movie,
right.
the Japanese were like, and then the big general is like, "I want to see a better fighter," and then like he was having those fighters down there, and then
Oh, yeah. Good job. I didn't know that. See, I teach you things through rap. You teach me things through normal speaking. I like it, dog.
Movies.
MacArthur was apparently crazy, though, dude.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He used to carry a gun around and shit. And he'd be
I think at that point I would too.
He was like 55 when when he became chief of staff. Yeah, man. He was a crazy dude. But anyways, so yeah.
That was a history corner.
That was I don't know. I mean that's kind of spooky. War's spooky, right?
War is spooky.
I mean, war's coming.
War is coming.
War will come before we make it to space.
War will come, so just shoot your neighbor right now. No kidding. Don't just shoot your neighbor. I do not condone shooting your neighbor. But if I was to shoot our neighbor, Our sponsor, Smith & Wesson.
Heyo! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Smith & Wesson brings us the brand new 44 Desert Eagle Skull Crusher, brought to you with aluminum carbon siding and finish made from walrus penis. This masterful piece of monstrosity has been specifically designed for you, all the way from 1919 by the original Winchester Manister Ghosts. You remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Winchester Manister?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they make Desert Eagles. I do have one note that I would like to bring up.
Hey,
okay?
what was that? Which company is not making ARs anymore? At least for the time being. 'Cause
Walmart.
Like, yeah. No. like a big, Colt or fucking Behringer or some shit like that.
There's enough ARs out in the world.
That's
you
what
can
they're
buy
saying.
an
They're like,
AR.
there's no reason for us to make anymore. They're like, there's at this point they've calculated how much would be out there. They're like, yeah, we're.
What
good.
did we do?
Yeah, we're good. Like, this is much. Like,
That's kind of cool though that they took it upon themselves to just be like,
yeah. But I mean, they gave themselves an out when they said it. They're like, for right now. Yeah.
until the bug aliens attack.
Yeah, until we need them.
No, we need
They're
them,
probably
bro.
still making them. They're just fucking stockpiling them.
I do have one note that I have that the cast has taught me.
Which cast?
What? I'm sorry, the sling has taught me.
Oh, the sling. Yeah. Oh, you gotta rap again? Hold on. Let me get some more beats.
Oh,
I gotta get some free beats. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's all these Dr. Dre beats. No, I'm just kidding. He's like watching us.
And then we gotta get.
Well, while he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to take a quick second and beg and urge you to please review us. We need reviews, man. Without those reviews, and without those stars.
Man, listen, man.
Hey, listen, bro.
Listen, guys.
Hey, real quick, bro.
Hey, my wife's gonna leave me.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, man. I don't want to bother you, but my
judge
wife and
wants
my
to
kid
see
are
lights.
hungry, and we just ran out of gas, and but we do need your 5-star review, guys. If you can take a second to go to iTunes and just give us 5 stars and just say what's up, or just without that, we won't be seen. And I want more people to listen to us because we're getting really good at this, man. I think.
Shit, you go for the raps. You go for it.
Oh, well, I
getting
meant
great.
the raps too, but I meant the show in general. I want
think
more
so?
people to listen
You
to
think
us.
so?
Yeah, I
Maybe
really
better.
like it. I listened to our first episode versus us now. And, sure, we had the parameters of the circle and we had all the, we kind of had
Yeah.
structure, but it was, but
It
now.
grows. It grows. I think
Now
it
we're
moves,
just we're in it. We kind of sound like a normal, Tiger Belly kind of situation or,
Aw,
we're good. All right.
you're the chick.
Go check it out, guys. Please help us out. All right, here we go. So there's something that the sling has taught me. It must be easy to be a killer. Nah, I'm just kidding, bruh. Ted Bundy had it easy. It's probably because he's white. I can't even get anyone to help me with my hair over there. I'm like, can you help me? And she walks away. I even asked the dude, hey, I'm not gay. Can you help me with my hair? He said, not today. But that's cool. Ted Bundy went to school. He killed a bunch of bitches. They still went to his car and he said, snitches, you better not say shit. You better help me with my dirty dick. They said, Ted Bundy, please take your cast off for me. He said, baby, I got it and we can smoke these trees. And that's how we choked him to death. Ted Bundy's got that sick fucking moves to death. But not me. 5'5" brown guy with brown eyes. Can you help me before my eyes cry out because my arm hurts, bitch? Help me with my hair real quick. She said, nah, you're not Ted Bundy. You're not sexy. You're not a dude with a surfer's body. I said, please, I need some help. My hair's all over the place. I'm gonna crash if it falls in my face. But she said, nah. And that's why I'm gonna cut my hair right now on camera. No, I'm just
Whoa! I was like,
Wait a minute.
record scratch.
Yo, bruh, Ted Bundy murdered bitches with a fake cast. I can't even get anybody to help me with my hair, man.
Why did he get him with a fake cast?
That's how he used to kill bitches, bruh.
He hit him with it.
He would walk around.
Oh, so he looked hurt and
And he would have an arm cast,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
would have a Volkswagen, and he'd be like, "Oh, yo,
Hey, can you
listen
come?
to
That's
the
the
audacity
lollipop.
of this fool." Ted Bundy used to tell bitches with his arm cast up, "Can you help me put my boat on my car?" My boat. Do you know how horny as a white bitch you gotta be?
Well, no, not that. They're probably like, well, I mean, I can't help you. Well, here, and he's probably like, it's not that big. Look, it's not that big.
It's not that big.
Yeah.
My boat. Can you?
My
What
boat.
are you doing?
It's a kayak.
You know how horny you gotta be to want to go with a dude with a cast to help him with his boat?
They say serial killers are.
Ooh, you got a boat?
Yeah, right. She's like, what kind of boat?
You got a boat?
You want to help me pick up the speedboat?
Crazy bitch. I'm over there with Taco Bell in my hand, struggling, kicking doors open with my feet and shit, and I'm like, excuse me, ma'am.
Hey, you want to help me with this food over here?
No, thank you. No, I'm good. Okay, all right, bro. I just need a little help. I feel you. But again, I don't know. I'd be on the other side. Somebody came to me with that. Who knows though? He could have a knife. He could be like, hey, can you help me with my hair?
Yeah, if he came up, I'd be like, oh, hey, you all right? What happened? Yeah. Well,
like, hey, bro, broke my. Would you help me with my hair?
I just put my hand on your shoulder like that. Hey, buddy.
Don't worry, little buddy. Yeah, but those serial killers, man, they just.
I've been watching Mindhunter season 2.
How is that?
It's good. I like it. Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, well,
I need to watch Chernobyl. Is what I need to watch.
Chernobyl's fucking baller, bro.
I know.
Chernobyl was sick, dude. It was really good. The FX on that stuff, like the practical FX, were really good.
Yeah, I heard. And who was it in my class? That's something with Chernobyl. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was. And they're gonna try and like do another season of it, which is weird. I don't know how they're gonna, what type of story or how.
Mangled babies that are coming out for the next. Few
Yeah,
years
like what are you gonna? How are you gonna appeal to me with that? I think. I don't know. There isn't much hope with that in my.
Maybe you just re-hit what's been happening, but different characters now. So you go back. You can also always do that. You can be like, all right, bringing it back, and then here's a different family. Here's a different side of it. Here's everyone we didn't know.
You'll watch it and you'll see why that.
Well, it's like Titanic.
Appealing.
It's like we're making Titanic 2. It's like what?
Yeah, like what are they gonna do? Remake it from the aspect of
some other person from the other guy's point of view, the good and the bad guy.
How about a heist that happens on Titanic, and that's the reason why it sinks?
I'd go to what company made it? I'd go to I'd go to Miramax and be like, hey guys, you guys still have the set somewhere, right?
You still have all the Titanic stuff. Hear me out.
A heist movie on the Titanic.
You guys own Ocean's 11, right? Picture this. George Clooney, 1919.
Just pitch them sets that they already have and use the same universe from a different perspective. Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah. I'd watch that. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Friends.
From Gunther's view. From all the celebrities that pop in. That'd be good. Yeah. No, I think as far as the Titanic is concerned, speaking of the Titanic, they want to rebuild.
Oh, we're good.
They want to rebuild the Titanic and have a new one sail out, like an actual rebuild of it.
I think as a seafarer, as myself would say, I'm not a seafarer, but I would say that's probably, and I don't believe in luck, but if you are a seafarer, you probably don't want to name your boat something so tragic.
Like rename it the Titanic?
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you like to be the captain of that boat? Like, you know how they're really superstitious about the name of the boat and blah, blah, blah. Last time they had a Titanic, a lot of people died. It was a massive failure. A lot of human error.
So call it the Ice Smasher.
Does it smash ice?
Well, that's right. Yeah. I guess this is the ice.
Call it the Gigantic.
That was so stupid. Just be like, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I would sail on it. If I got free tickets.
Well, the chances of those two going down is the fucking multiverse universe. The chances of that ever happening is the second Titanic going down the same way. The odds,
okay.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Yeah, would be incredible. It's insurmountable.
That's pretty crazy. Well,
but if I was going to go down on any ship, the second Titanic would be the ship I'd want to go down.
It would be a pretty cool ship to go down on.
They better have enough life rafts after the first fucking time.
Nope, it's authentic. It's authentic. Like, y'all motherfuckers got on the boat knowing what happens.
Yeah, everyone's like LARPing. Everyone like wearing the outfits from back then.
I would. Hey, that's fun.
There'd be a million
one of the
Jacks.
episodes. Yeah. Hey, he goes to like good stuff.
All right. Name Jack? You? Rose? Everyone's Jack and Rose. You're like, God damn it. Like,
motherfuckers. I did I tell you I saw John Wick?
Jack Wick?
Jack Wick's
Which his cousin.
Jack Wick's the shitty porn version.
I'm Jack Wick.
And I'm here to turn you on.
He wraps him up, like the fucking jujitsu moves he does in midair, except it's like sexual moves.
Yeah, and bonds them up with hooks.
Oh, it's a dildo gun.
Oh God, bullets never run out on this. It was the third one, Parabellum. Shit was fire.
Yeah, I need to watch that one.
It was actually really, really good. I saw that and I was pleasantly pleased by it.
I heard it's just like
nonstop, dude, it's gangster.
nonstop. Like
it's
he's
gangster.
killed like a whole city of people.
Well, I mean, it's
Who
cool.
do you think has more kill count, him or Rambo? Because Rambo.
Wick.
Yeah, but John Wick.
Because he runs. He won't.
He runs through them. I get it. But Rambo takes out whole groups.
Which Rambo movie? Are we saying all in together? If you're telling me John Wick 1, 2, and 3 versus all 5
Rambo
Rambos?
Didn't kill anybody, or he accidentally.
He kills one person. He kills one person in Rambo 1.
No, he doesn't. Well, in the book, he kills multiple people, but in the movie, he doesn't kill anybody. The helicopter guy falls out.
No, I'm
accident.
saying like they show him killing people, or do they only show him being tortured in the POW camps?
Yeah.
They don't actually show him stabbing people
No.
in the thing, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like let's say you take
Yeah, because he only has the flashbacks when he's in the tunnels.
I'm just saying, maybe take John Wick's most bloodiest movie, which probably is the third one.
Okay.
And the most bloodiest Rambo movie, which is
the second to
the last one. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is I think he takes out groups of people faster, like meaning explosives and stuff like that. John Wick is 1 and 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Meanwhile, he's all boom, there's 10.
Yeah.
Oh, 10
That's
more
a valid point. Who do you think would win though? In just an all-out fight.
Oh man.
Because John Wick seems to rely a lot on the ability to have weapons from his fallen homies, and Rambo just
he just needs Rambo.
He's just Rambo.
Yeah, because I don't see John Wick like digging ditches in the jungle and eating slugs and like, you know what I mean. John Wick is like a sly like silver fucking killer. I get it.
I think in the city, John Wick has the edge.
Yes, yeah, but Rambo would have to go down to the sewers.
Who wins between Rambo and Arnold though? From Predator. Was he a ranger in Predator?
Yeah. I don't know. I think Rambo would get that one too. Cause
there aren't a lot of people who would beat Rambo.
No, there isn't.
Like, give me someone who you think would honestly beat Rambo in a wood encounter.
Like even the Terminator 1-on-1.
What? No, the Terminator would win. He's a robot.
No, I just mean like, let's say the Terminator fell in the jungle, right?
Okay.
Right, like he did that circular thing, and there's a circle in the middle of all these trees.
Right.
And his thing is, well, you're John Connor's fourth in command in the future as an old man, but I got to get you. And it's kind of like the Predator situation, but instead of Arnold, it's Sylvester, and instead of the Predator, it's Terminator.
In the jungle?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to the Terminator, man.
Well, no, because I think he would dig holes, the Terminator would fall in the holes and do some shit or string him up or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's a hijinks-filled movie.
Yeah.
You're talking about... You're talking about a Terminator movie with goofs.
I just don't see. Well, which Terminator also is? Like, yeah, the T-800 is what.
Like
I mean.
Shenanigans where they're poking their head out and he's on the other side. The monkeys are playing in the background.
What do you think we do a Rambo or the Predator?
Rambo, because the Predator lost to Arnold.
Yeah.
And if Rambo beats Arnold, then yeah.
Yeah, because Rambo he goes under the mud all the time. Like,
how about Rambo versus aliens, but in the jungle? Because the jungle gives Rambo edge.
I could see that, like, spitball.
He does that stupid mouth chin thing in the fourth movie where he's like... I think I would give Rambo the edge over the aliens if he had a bow.
Well, yeah, because as you could see, yeah, if he had a bow, he'd get it.
Yeah, he gets the distance. He doesn't have to worry about getting up and close to him.
Yeah.
Man, there aren't a lot of people who could beat Rambo.
Oh, man, Rambo was the all-American hero.
That's interesting. Oh, well, if you guys think there's someone...
Well, he takes out whole villages of people. That's the thing is like, oh, he just took out a whole encampment of people, as opposed to like these other guys like John McClane in Die Hard has no chance against Rambo.
Rambo and John McClane in Nakatomi Tower.
Rambo is just, I don't know, man. John McClane didn't fight in Vietnam.
True, but he did fight on the mean streets of New York. He's from the mean streets of the East Coast. He's a mean dude, you know?
Yeah, he's got attitude.
He's got attitude. That's what Stallone doesn't have. That's what Rambo doesn't have. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to make it my personal mission to find one person who could beat Rambo.
Maybe Arnold from Commando.
Maybe, yeah. It's so funny. I can't think off the top of my... Oh! Rambo versus Homeboy from Mission Impossible. He's sneaky. He's a sneaky bad dude.
Yeah, but we haven't seen him... Like, if Rambo had to do what he does, he wouldn't be able to. Rambo couldn't do what he does.
No, he would just kill everybody.
Yeah, he wouldn't sneak in anyway. Like, he would sneak in, but hey, if we got to put a face on and you got to like, hey, I'm a whatever other person I'm supposed to be. Yeah. Like, and no, I don't know, man.
Okay, yeah, you're making this is a good case for Rambo being the number one jungle fighter. You're not going to find...
Yeah, because I don't think the dude from Mission Impossible, okay, like, he can climb a mountain, but can he kill the unkillable in this jungle?
True. Damn. Well played, Rambo. Well played. Did you know that the Harvey Weinstein Company helped produce the 4th Rambo movie? It's a Weinstein production.
Hey, man. A lot of movies that I like.
I think he's still out and about.
I saw him get heckled and yelled at that comedy
That's what I was going to talk about.
And then she's all like, I saw a tweet of hers and she's just like, you know, I'm a victim of sexual abuse and I couldn't stand there and not say anything. It's like, I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, maybe just be like, look, I don't feel comfortable performing right here because of this guy. Sorry, guys. Like, this and that. But to make it a yelling and pointing and this and that, it's like, what are you? Who's just social justice warrior are you? Like, are you doing this because of likes now? Are you doing this because blah blah blah? Like, why are you going out there? Like, unless, like, you seriously, every time you know someone raped someone, you start yelling at them or whatever. Like, if that's your goal, look at the sexual predators. They have an app that you can find all the sexual predators in your neighborhood, go out their front fucking door and start yelling at them. You know, like, just start yelling at everyone. Like, if that's the case. Because all I saw there was a guy, and he's dealing with the legal repercussions that'll fucking bite him in the ass. He's dealing with everything he's lost. His whole world is gone. Mm-hmm. So he's being dragged through it at this point. And not that I'm not sticking up for the guy whatsoever. Everything he did was reprehensible. I get it. There's a lot of people complicit that aren't getting the same amount of scrutiny. So I don't know. When I saw that, I was just like, shut the fuck up. If you're not gonna make jokes, lady, get the fuck off stage. Like I would have just been like, oh shit, Harvey Weinstein's here. Oh, that's awkward. But if I was on stage and I felt that strongly about it, I would have walked out and been like, I'm sorry guys, I'll refund everybody your tickets, but I'm not gonna fucking perform in front of that piece of shit.
And then just walk off.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you just standing there yelling and getting other people riled up to yell. It's like the whole, we're reverting, we're regressing at that point. Like, it was found out, everything's being taken care of, or our best system, the best system we have is able to take care of it at this point. So
you don't think there's any justice in the scarlet letter treatment, where
his face is the scarlet letter at this point? Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we get it. And her coming out there and saying again, I don't agree. I don't want to perform in front of this piece of shit. And walking off stage is completely her prerogative. Mm-hmm. Anything more than that, yelling and berating someone at that point, it to me is you start becoming the villain in the story at that point.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because that's sort of the trouble that Japan kind of faced is, they were doing all these big actions, attacking Pearl Harbor and doing all of these things as a show to try and unify Asia, to try.
How did you bring this back up to
Well, I'm just saying it really does, because why she did that is because she was trying to make, like you said, a social justice thing. Yeah. Let's all stick together. She probably wanted the whole room, which I believe ended up happening. All hell started breaking loose, and she elicited some type of reaction, which is what she wanted, which she was unable to do from her comedy.
Which
she was unable to do for what she was originally there for.
And also she could have incited damages and people getting hurt. You know,
Yeah.
Even if he was the only one that got hurt.
But
still,
by doing that, she's marked herself now as someone who is an issue. So
but also there's other people who like that at this point. Like, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe other feminists in the industry.
No. A lot of people were super hyped about it. It's like when the Russian women walk around on the trains and they poured bleach on the dudes who got their legs spread open. Like, you know, well, you know, where is the line at that point? Like, what happens there? Like, so I don't know. I have respect for her to do that because it's her right to do that. But, you know, also at the same time, like you said, you know, fucking just leave it alone. Like, there's
like you were paid to go up there and do comedy at this point. You didn't get paid to go up there and berate one of the one of the clients, one of the people who came in, not clients, one of the fucking people who came in to eat and watch the show. And if
that ruins my night.
Yeah, if I was the owner of the establishment, I'd never book her again.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, she's now marked herself like for everyone else to be like, look, that's a chick who doesn't she's
not gonna help the situation if there's somebody out there, so whatever.
That's what happens when you take a stand,
happens, or you know, well, no, it's not. And again, you know, the highest growing grass usually gets cut, but
that's the poppy syndrome.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. That wouldn't have been a hill to die on for me.
Hell no.
And for her, it seemed to have been.
And now she'll deal with it.
Yeah,
she won't die on it, but she will.
But she definitely jumped on a spear and was
for
just
sure.
Like,
which again, I got mad respect for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she got probably a lot of praise from it.
Couple 10,000 followers
in her bubble. Yeah, in her bubble, she probably got a lot of praise. And
which could work for her, which could be perfect for her. It could reach that level of satisfaction for her.
Of course, as someone like Harvey Weinstein, which I know at his worst moment was the biggest piece of shit, the biggest I own everybody, the biggest one of those
behind Epstein and the rest of the monsters.
That's what I mean. I'm sure there are horrible shit. I mean, some of the party stories that I hear out here are wild. So I couldn't even imagine at that level like that. That's a different whole level. So I know he's getting everything he deserves, and you know, and probably he's gonna get more. But again, I don't think it's anyone. You know, you're a comedian. If you feel like waiting outside after you're done with your show, let's say you stepped off the show and you felt like yelling at him.
There you go.
There you go. But again, you just took this whole establishment. Now they look like
you don't see Sarah Silverman stopping in the middle of a show. If Weinstein were there or something.
I don't know about that. If Weinstein was in her show,
she just wouldn't show up. That's what I'm saying. She would do the professional thing like you said, and she would tell whoever booked her, and then, either he goes or I go.
And then obviously put a press thing out on, tweet it or whatever. Being
just be like, look guys, I wasn't able to perform because I'm so hot for Weinstein.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we are at the end of it. Play me some outro music. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to see me in my sling, go to YouTube and check out Binge on This, where you will not only find us, This, That, and the Other, but you also find What's Hood with Forever Cabron, a half-hour intricate look at Mesoamerican culture and everyday life. You'll also find What's Hood. Again, because there are multiple episodes of What's Hood. I forgot what was next. You'll also find Happy News with Perry Kurtz, a half-hour show featuring comedian Perry Kurtz as he speaks with friends and enemies, tries to bring a little fun to their day. And Sam of All Trades, right? Are we doing that? What are we doing? What's going on with this?
I'm stuck with these things.
What's going on with this?
I don't know.
What do we need? We need a 5-10 minute watch of a video.
All right, I'll do it.
And a shit out of that. So Sam of All Trades, Sam is gonna take his...
Well, don't I have to make another thumbnail too for your...
You got a lot of thumbnails, but don't worry about the thumbnails.
Not the thumbnail. No, I don't. I have one other thumbnail though. Fuck.
Just give me the content.
Her logo.
A Sam of All Trades is going to be a delightful look into the mind of a writer as he digests everyday trailers from modern American cinema. And that's it. If you guys have any other questions, follow up with us at bingeonthis@gmail.com. Please make sure to like, rate, subscribe, share with a friend. There are plenty of clips on YouTube. Final thoughts?
No, good one, man. 40.
Yippee. Thank you.
Oh, 40, right?
Old 40. Look at that, huh? Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought? Just like the
Thunk.
Oh, remember to love each other. Stay safe and dream the dream of 1,000 dreams. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Oh, that smile.